Gracias. Who's this at Paris Day? On a Friday night. Yeah. Read all day debut.
Well, good afternoon and welcome to coverage of the SFLW. It is Kingborough taking on North Hobart here in this intriguing round 7 clash. The sides met all the way back in round 1 to start the season, and it was North Hobart who got the job done, winning by 3 goals on that occasion. And Kingborough closed the gap today. They're 2-2 ahead of them on the ladder. North Hobart 4-1. Both those defeats for Kingborough, pretty narrow ones to Clarence and North, so not too much of a gap, and they'll be looking to close that this afternoon. Should be an intriguing game. We just saw a thriller in the men's competition beforehand, with North Hobart winning by 7 points, kicking a goal on the siren. It was very much in the balance till the end. Hopefully we get similar levels of excitement for this one. So we're ready to go. Should be an interesting clash. Really looking forward to this one. Devine and Stephanie Smith in the ruck against each other. See the helmets there in Thomas and Lamb, 2 prolific midfielders for the Demons. The Tigers will need to put the clamps on if they're to reverse that round 1 result today. We're underway. Coming over the top was Devine. Follows up her work at ground level. Lockley couldn't take it cleanly between the legs of Lamb, who claws out of that ground level, but Perry King locks it in there, one of the prime movers in the Tigers' engine room. A good midfield units out there today. Again, some good work from King. Locking it in, her and Lamb. What a matchup that's going to be. King will get the first clearance of the game and finds a mark in Hayley Baldwin at half forward. So Baldwin wheels off and will drive them inside the forward 50 for the first time. The mark taken by Molly Mitchell. A likely target inside the arc for her side. She'll drive this one in. It's a dangerous looking kick, and it's well plucked there by Amber Bumford. Takes the front position and plucks it nicely. A chance for Kingborough to take an early lead here. Good service there, and value in playing in front for Bumford. Can she convert for the first opportunity of the contest? It's drifting across the face just too far, a minor score only. So the Demons just let slightly off the hook. And we'll reload out a full back. Looking there for Grace White, getting in front of her, Priscilla Dwogo. Barnes battling away with Dalco. But we'll have it. Tossed up. Smith in the ruck work, got it off to Angie Clark. Clears the area, went looking for Grace White over her head. First to the ball, McKee. Couldn't take it cleanly, just paddled it out towards Dalco. Boundary line looking likely to win out here, but trying to extract the football, Lucy Dalco, and in the end a rather loose kick. Out of bounds it goes. Logo lurking, but it might have come off hands, so it'll be tossed into play. Devine and Smith resume their duel. Lofted forward, but it's well defended there by Michaela Bruce. Read the flight of the ball well, and she'll look to execute the switch here. Just puts it out in front of Evie Bingham and sets her a task. Bingham has good leg speed though and uses it to burst clear, sends it further down the line in the Maddie Lamb direction. Will it sit kindly? It does. Able to get past Lockley. Lamb sends them forward, lovely ball movement, and White juggles the mark. Maybe just too far out. She's a lovely kick of the football, Grace White, but no, she has to get it moving and does so to find Angie Clark. That's wonderful ball movement from the Demons. Coming out of defence. She put it out in front of Bingham and then charged up that wing. A couple of kicks and a chance for Clark. Put the Demons ahead. And Clark duly does, guides it through the middle. That's the first goal of the contest to North Hobart. Angelica Clark. Nice finish, but that was just a really good passage of play down that outer wing. Michaela Bruce just spotted the space, put it out in front of Bingham, and they were off to the races from that point. White knew the journey was probably a bit beyond it, so just went centrally. Clark, the midfielder, working hard to give her an option. Tossed up in the middle again, off hands. King fighting away for it at ground level, paddled onwards into the direction of Baldwin. There'll be some high contact there. It'll be a free kick to Lamb. Lamb goes centrally, just missed the target. Pressure came from Sakina. Handball just missing Thomas. Smith goes deep inside the forward 50, gathered by England. England wrapped up by Waller. Somehow got boot to Boland. Oh, it's stopped on the line. White goes off the deck from the line and kicks a goal from 1 centimetre out. Well, you won't see a goal kick from closer range than that. The ball just came to a halt on the line. Defender couldn't see it across. And Grace White followed up, had the awareness just to slap it over. A strange goal. When they get there, I thought Waller had just done enough here. Got boot to ball. And then this one just came to a halt. Spun backwards on the line. Whole ball has not crossed. Umpire hasn't signalled. And unfortunately, Waller just went past it. And that allowed White to prod it those extra few centimetres. Strange old goal, that one. The definition of point blank range is Lockley on the bottom of that. Umpire will have it. Smith won it down, but to Lockley. Egger. Lockley stripped of it. Lamb again. Tumbles a kick into the White direction. Odwogo standing her. And doing some great grunt work early, combining with Thomas here. Got it 2-1. Odwogo has it this time. The stars of the competition going head to head there. King gets the clearing kick towards half forward, but playing in front there, it was Meg Phillips, takes the intercept mark and immediately gets going. She's going to have to go back behind her mark though. So that should allow Tigers defence to set up behind the football. Goes looking for Thomas. White was there. Dwogo pressuring. King lays the tackle. Handball towards Eggers. Coming away with it, Barnes. And now they'll send it inside the forward 50 again. Says hands in the back. Free kick will go the way of Taylor Crack. So Crack guides it out of defence. Dalco and Smith, or Barnes rather. Barnes scooped the handball to O'Donoghue. O'Donoghue tried to guide it. Clean bowling, Baldwin. Lamb with a couple to beat, trying to get away with it. Waller couldn't quite do so. Bingham charged down there by Sakina. Numbers win out for the Demons, and they'll go inside forward 50 once again. Driving kick off through the hands of Clark. Found its way to White. She's locked up. The Demons on top early on here, leading this one by 11 points and looking dangerous. And their forwards, some good looks at the moment. Clark. King gets the clearance. Umpire's whistle is gone. A hold the decision. The free kick will go the way of Clark. Got a chance for 2 early goals for Angelica Clark. Quite the impact from midfield. This will take a thumping kick though. She'll have to kick from 40 out. 45 perhaps. Plays on and drives it deep. It was always offline. A minor score only. Second v third in the SFLW competition. There's 2 losses though. Narrow ones to the 2 sides above them. It's a good kick though. Edwogo dropped it. Sakina handballed it to her. Umpire's whistle again going. A hold will be paid on Sakina. She looks centrally. Set a task for Perry King, and Clark comes away with the football. Edwogo spilled another chest mark, uncharacteristic of her. Fumbled a couple there. Some clean hands below her knees there. Crack, and now it's out towards Evie Bingham. Bingham, a live wire. Curls this one in the direction of Lamb. Maddie Lamb has time and space to gather. Didn't get much purchase on the kick, but got enough on it to get it over the top to Grace White. And White can go back and kick for her second. Dominating time in forward half are the Demons here in the opening 10. To extend the lead to 18 points, Grace White does the business. Couple of goals to start this one off for White. She's looming large. That matchup with Edwogo. It's a handy early break for the Demons. Lamb just knew she had to get boot to ball quickly because White was out the back. 18 points the margin. It was the margin between them when the siren sounded for full time back in round 1. 69-51 that day. 19-1 already here. Kingborough in need of a centre clearance. Try and put this Demons defence under a little bit of pressure. They're currently lacking a ball in the middle of the ground, however. Just waiting for that one to make its way up. And the umpire can restart, so Smith and Devine will contest the ruck contest. Devine came over the top, won it handsomely to King. King drives the Tigers inside 50 to Molly Mitchell, trying to burst free of Phillips. She couldn't. Phillips brought her to ground. Lockley following up at ground level. Handball just scooped out. Phillips again, this time a clearing kick. It's a good one over the top to O'Donoghue. Back the other way comes Edwogo. Just another fumble from Edwogo. Recovered the situation well though. Stripped her opponent of the football. Won it back. Barnes have coughed it up here to Bumford. Bumford got the handball away. Just getting in the back, it was Stephanie Smith, according to the umpire. So, a chance Bumford to drive them inside 50 again. It's a good ball. Finds the marking target there of Josephine Rose. As she got the journey here, it would take a 35-40 metre kick. It was a good lead and well found. Can Rose hit the scoreboard? She's caught that one horribly off the side of the boot. Just pitches and trickles over the line, so they'll set up for a forward 50 stoppage. Just wasn't quite sure if she had the distance. Really tried to kick the guts out of the football, and of course it just came off the side of the boot. But opportunity for a forward 50 set up here as they try and make some inroads and it's settled in this game. They've been jumped by the Demons here. Perry King flicked the handball over the top for Bumford. She's immediately wrapped up there by Clark. Lamb trying to crash through. Good pressure coming from Smith. Trying to make her way through is Lancaster, and she brings down Smith. Ruck decisively. Maddie Lamb has the ball caught between her legs. Umpire's whistle sounds. It's going to be a free kick to Maddie Lamb. She takes it immediately, heads wide. There's a good reason for that. Donoghue, a bit of space. It was Moffat rather. Moffat, her kick straight to Edwogo. Just pitched in front of her, Edwogo. Had to get rid of it. Knocked it out in the direction of Clark. Clark gets a kick away towards 50. O'Donoghue wouldn't sit for her. Following up now is Barnes. Sakina was outnumbered, fought well. Some support came from Dalco. Back to Sakina. Sakina just hacks it off the deck on out of there, but it's in the direction of Maddie Lamb. She's immediately wrapped up by Bumford. He tossed up in the centre square. One down by Smith. Lamb couldn't quite gather it. Barnes must have bustled her way through. Sakina's kick slew off the side of the boot. Driven inside the forward 50. That's well marked by Crack. Juggling the mark. Was losing her balance. The Snitzo did well to hold it. So Taylor Crack didn't catch the kicker she would have liked. Turns it straight over to Angie Clark again. Running hot early in this one is the prolific Demons on baller. She heads looking for Whites. Dominating the skies early in this one, Grace Whites. Plays on, Edwogo closes it down. Touched off the boot, so it wouldn't have been a mark. Maddie Lamb follows up, fires out the handball. The snapshot on goal is offline from Smith. Behind only, so they extend their lead, but just by one. Good kick to Perry King. And the busiest of her sides on ballers so far in this one. Found Lancaster. Lancaster hits up the wing, but she's coughed it up straight to Phillips. Sets it up in the White direction again, why not? Almost brought that one down as well. Followed up at ground level, flicked the handball to Smith. Smith just bumbled it, got past, found his way to Lamb in the end, and Lamb slaps it on the boot and drives the goal. Well, bang. Makes them pay. It just deceived Taylor Crack, and there lurking was the dangerous Maddie Lamb. Whacked it on the boot. Another goal. They're out by 25 early on. Started with White, just able to bring it to ground. Was outnumbered, but did well. Just unable to stop that one. Was Crack. There was Maddie Lamb waiting to pounce. It's been a sharp start by the Demons here. They're out by 25 points already. They've come to play. Yeah, throwing down the gauntlet early. The Tigers' home ground of the Twin Ovals. In bad need of a response before the quarter time siren. Again, a bit of a delay getting the ball back to the middle. Not sure what's causing this. What times players have been ready. We've had to wait for the ball. Not sure if there's a shortage of footballs at the ground or not, but there's time on. Potentially frustrating for the Tigers. Anyway, toss back up in the middle. Devine reaches over the top, won it down to King. King across to Lancaster. Free kick though will go the way of the Demons once again, and they can launch another attacking incursion via Stephanie Smith. Just slaps it on the boot over the head of White this time. Oh, dropping the chest mark was Crack. But Wogo there in support. Dalco tackled off the football, slapped on the boot by Smith. Is it another one? It is. They are piling on the goals here at the moment. It was Grace White, my apologies. Grace White with another one. And the Demons are running right here at the moment. Unfortunately for Taylor Crack, just dropped the chest mark. Waiting to pounce on Dalco's handball was White. Their finishing has been lethal. They are punishing every error the Tigers make, and it's a 31-point break. I was expecting a pretty tight contest here this afternoon. Certainly the Demons' favourites, but wasn't expecting this. This has been a dominant start from the visitors. King, another handball, but coughed it up to Clark. Clark off the side of the boot. Sakina just paddles it into space. Has some support coming from Dalco. Dalco just gets her kick away in time. Lamb with a good tackle there to halt Baldwin's progress. Devine won it down to King, but Smith wrapped her up. Thomas trying to force it out of there. Umpire lets it go. Handball from Wall. Locked in by Clark. Spinning out of trouble was Moffat, holding the ball, says the umpire. Just took a little too long, so well done, Perry King. The Tigers get a late score here. They've one marking target in the middle of the ground, a chance to drive it forward. Molly Mitchell sends it up towards 50. Lancaster lurking. Mitchell following up. Through heavy traffic, she's stripped of the football. That's got to be holding the ball, and is Talia Atkinson rewarded. Oh, poor kick straight to Devine. Couldn't complete the mark. They've just been a little bit fumbly with their hands, the Tigers, this quarter. Just 3 or 4 occasions they've had the chance to take marks and they've spilt them. The Demons certainly the cleaner of the two sides. Smith makes it on the boot. Driven out of there by Crack. Sliding in to take the mark was Lancaster. Wastes no time. Slips out behind. Drives it deep and the mark is taken. So here's a chance for a score. An opportunity for Rose. Missed an earlier one, but this far closer to home. Won't have to try and kick through the football as much, so she'll kick after the siren for a badly needed major. And she delivers, so a crucial last gasp strike for the Kingborough Tigers. Josie Rose kicks the goal and cuts the margin to 25 points, but it was a first term that belonged to the Demons. Grace White, Maddie Lamb, Angie Clark, their stars really shining. I've seen them jump the Tigers. We'll have it all to do in quarter number 2. Maybe a little bit of win factor at play. Probably favoured the end the Demons attacked. I don't think it's worth 4 goals though. They'll be delighted with their first term's work. We'll be back soon, shortly with quarter number 2. See if Rose's goal can kickstart a fight back for the home side. The Demons will keep on keeping on. 25 points to the margin at quarter time. Kingston Twin Ovals. Bit from the out. She's a lovely kick of the football, Grace White, but no, she has to get it moving and does so to find Angie Clark. That's wonderful ball movement from the Demons. Clark, Julie does, guides it through the middle. That's the first goal at contest 2, North Hobart. Angelica Clark. A nice finish, but that was just, she came from Sakina. Handball just missing Thomas. Smith goes deep inside the forward 50, gathered by England. England wrapped up by Waller. Somehow got boots on the ball and it's stopped on the line. White goes off the deck from the line and kicks a goal from 1 centimetre out. Well, you won't see a goal kick from closer range. And doing some great grunt work early, combining with Thomas here. Got it 2-1 and Wogo has it this time. King gets the clearing kick. Was half forward, but playing in front there, it was Meg Phillips, takes the intercept mark. And Maddie Lamb has time and space to gather. Didn't get much purchase on the kick, but got enough on it to get it over the top to Grace White. The Demons here in the opening 10. To extend the lead to 18 points, Grace White does the business. Couple of goals to start this one off for White. She's looming large. That matchup. King drives the Tigers inside 50 to Molly Mitchell, trying to burst free of Phillips. She couldn't. Phillips brought her to ground. Lockley following up at ground. Chance. Bumper to drive them inside 50 again. It's a good ball. Finds the marking target there. All the way through. Sakina's kick slew off the side of the boot. Driven inside the forward 50. That's well marked by Crack. Juggling the mark, was losing it. Early in this one is the prolific Demons on ball as she heads looking for Whites. Dominating the skies early in this one. Sets it up in the White direction again, why not? Almost brought that one down as well. Followed up at ground level, flicked the handball to Smith. Smith just bubbled it, got past, found his way to Lamb in the end, and Lamb slaps it on the boot and drives the goal. Well, bang. Makes them pay it, just deceived Taylor Crack, and there lurking was the dangerous Matty Lamb, whacked it on the boot. Another goal there by Stephanie Smith, just slaps it on the boot over the head of White this time, or dropping the chest mark was Crack, but Wogo there in support. Dalco tackled off the football, slapped on the boot by Smith. So, welcome back for quarter number 2 at the Kingston Twin Ovals. It's Kingborough with it all to do in this second term, in arrears by 25 points after a blistering start from the North Hobart Demons, kicking the first 5 goals of the game. Josephine Rose pulling one back on the siren. We'll be hoping it's the start of a fight back. Might be a little bit of wind. We'll find out here in quarter number 2. It's certainly North Hobart a much sharper side in that opening term. And have well earned that 25-point advantage they take into the second. Looks like Ebony McGuinness is going to have a run in the ruck, but that favoured Devine, who was able to win it down. Paddled forward by Sakina. Clark was everywhere in quarter number 1. Sakina locks her up. Repeat stoppages there as again Clark on the bottom of the pack. I'll find a way to negate her influence in this second term. Maddie Lamb, another who's a real standout and clears the area here with a handball towards Moffat. Got one a little high. Lamb riding shotgun presents her an option. Sends it towards centre half forward, and a likely target in White. Drew some high contact from Adwogo. Having the better of that matchup thus far is Grace White. And Lamb just drifts forward to the ball to present an option. Be careful not to give away 50 there with some late contact. She's out of scoring range at the moment. That would have walked her to the line. And indeed, she's going to be walked to the line now. I think the player on the mark might have just taken a step prematurely. And this will make an absolute certainty of it. So not the start to the quarter the Tigers were after. Instead of having to find a target inside forward 50, an absolute certainty you'd imagine coming up now for a player of Maddie Lamb's calibre. Can't afford to give away gifts like this. And Lamb accepts the gift, drives it through and restores the 31-point buffer. So a disastrous start to the quarter for the home side there. Having the better of that matchup thus far is Grace White and Lamb. So I don't think it was for movement on the mark. I think it was Sakina. Just, yeah, doesn't clear. Took too long to get out of the area. Umpire said, you know you got to be out of there. Can't go lurking around the back like that. Pings the 50. Well, can't argue with that. One down. Cruel bounce for King. She'll have to battle away now with Clark at ground level. Lanes her in with a good tackle. Devine with the hit out, but again it'll be Clark first to the ball. Just went off the deck towards Moffat. She's locked up by Baldwin. He's kind of starting at half forward and immediately charging in to the contest. Smith won that one down, slapped down by Thomas, right into the path though. This one's driven forward straight to Meg Phillips. And the mark was spilled, might invite a little bit of danger. Plenty of numbers though for the Demons. Maddie Lamb, cool, calm, composed, sends it up the wing. And they're taken by Sakina. High ball, Bruce from behind. Paddled straight into the path of Eggers. Eggers with a kick around the corner. Lurking out the back is Bailey, goes off the ground. And Georgie Bailey gets the Tigers second of the contest. Knew she probably didn't have time to gather it, so just went with the volley out of midair and got the job done. It was Dwogo launching it forward, did well. The defence under pressure. Bruce with 2 to beat. Just always had numbers out the back here. Eggers kick. Just through the fingertips of Vernon. Not taking the chance. Was Georgie Bailey, volleys it through, gets her side second. They respond to North Hobart's open up. You can cut the margin back to 25 points. Need to string some goals together. McGuinness against Devine. Devine won it down. The Tigers will go forward once again here. Plenty of depth on that kick. This time Vernon able to shut it down. Just handball into space. Oh, Vernon, the pressure came for it. Turning away with it's Molly Mitchell. Round the corner. Bailey with 2 to contend with. Bailey does well, had some support, fired the handball out. A chance perhaps for Sakina. Couldn't direct her effort. Drifts through for a behind. Some better signs early in the quarter here. A sloppy 50 gave away a goal to the Demons, but outside of that, they've started this quarter well, the Tigers. Clark might have had the jumper held. Free kick will go her way. Having a red hot to start this game is Clark. That not so hot though. A poor kick turns straight over. Driven inside forward 50. Just an awkward bounce for Mitchell. Curled around the corner through the hands of Moffat. Pressure coming from Michael. And it goes in after it. Hands and knees, paddles it forward. Bingham turns tackler. Locks in. Devine over the top with McGuinness. McGuinness, ground level. Can't get it out of there as Devine climbs on top. McGuinness this time wins it down, but a boot on it was Eggers. Handball too hot for King. Clark with the clearing kick. Tapped away from Michaels. Lamb now tries to skip free, but she's tackled well by Waller. Lamb again. A holding free kick going the way of the Tigers. So An opportunity to launch inside forward 50 here. Can they find a marking target? Demons defence back on Mass. Oh, kick straight into the player on the mark. Lamb burrows in after it. Lockley there too, as was Lancaster. In the end, Lamb will get a high contact free kick and waste no time heading wide. Used it wisely and found Evie Bingham. Bingham has some support from Barnes on the overlap. Barnes kicks it high up, almost into the path of Moffat. Michael got there first, handed it off to Dalco. Michael again, ball tumbling to the neck by Chelsea Thomas. Wins the free kick for her side. Chelsea Thomas guiding it up towards the half-forward line. A sea of bodies there. Barnes battling away with Crack. Crack did really well. Came away with the football. Heads into the middle of the ground. Fortunately for her, plenty of Demon shirts back, and Michaela Bruce intercepts. She drives it wide. Michael under pressure from Moffat. Handball for Dalco. Dalco to Dalco. High kick, Bruce. Handballed into space. King arched the back. Turned centrally, couldn't quite find a target, but it might spill out the back here for Mitchell. Just paddles it into space. Coming off the forward there, it was Bruce, who then blocks off the kick. Really well defended by Michaela Bruce, and the leaving mark taken by Atkinson. Had to gamble there, did Bruce. Left her forward on her own, went for the ball. Otherwise Mitchell was looming large. King drives it in, and again Bruce. She's got O'Donoghue working into space for her. Instead we'll go wide for Maddie Lamb. They've got an outnumber on the wing, so a big contest here for Sakina, who couldn't quite subdue them, and Lamb drives it into the middle of the ground where they're lining up. Barnes, her kick well charged down by Odwogo. Following up though, ground level is Clark. Just a hurried kick, Bingham tracking it. Eventually settles down for her, uses O'Donoghue. O'Donoghue spears one inside forward 50. White trying to use the body. It was well defended, however. Crack clears the area. Bounces into the path of Baldwin, battling away with Clark, who slides on top of the football. Sakina lays one tackle, then another one came from Baldwin, and eventually they force a stoppage. One down, that one deflecting off of Mifsud in the end, so I think it'll be play on, no mark. Free kicks blown in favour of Phillips. Phillips darts a short one, but turned it straight over. Sakina couldn't find a marking target. Scooped up to King. Dished off. Hurried kick forward. He'll bounce out of play for a ball in. There's been improved showing in this quarter from the Tigers. Certainly the Demons finding it harder to move the football kicking into the breeze. They're doing a little better around the stoppages as well. Just a goal apiece for the quarter though. Haven't really been able to eat into the Demons' lead as of yet. Smith does well to lock up Dalco. Smith won it down, deflects back into the corridor where it's gathered by Mifsud. Used Lamb, but Lamb coughed it up to King. Starting off her kick was Lancaster. And Lamb trying to buy a free kick, umpire not having it. So we'll toss it back in. Towed forward by King. Dalco. Free kick blown for some high contact there on Lucy Dalco, who is about taking the shot on. Bailey's in the square. Does she have the journey here? Have to carry at 35, but does seem to have a bit of wind at her back. Take the responsibility on here. Lucy Dalco. It's working back off hands and just thumped through there in the end by Vernon. I'm surprised that wasn't called for deliberate, to be honest. There was no one within 5 metres of Vernon when she whacked it through. And Wogo battling away with White. Off hands there, hence no mark. Bruce rucking against the Dwogo. Coming through was Mitchell, just got the handball away in time to Eggers. Ball eludes King. Spills out the back, some body work there from Eggers, or Bumford rather. Devine, Smith, Ferguson and Mitchell contested at ground level. Kick spills the way of Smith, her handball blocked off and deflects out of play off Ella Wall. Tigers need to get something this time inside forward 50. The ball's been living down this end. The goal apiece for the quarter. Need to start making some inroads. Maddie Lamb clears the area. Sakina just fumbled it out almost to Baldwin. Baldwin is brought down in a wonderful Evie Bingham tackle. Rewarded with the free kick, and she gets them moving very quickly out to Chelsea Thomas. Thomas sends it over the top. Cluttered into there, just going off the deck in the end was Mifsud. Lamb gets forward of the footy. Lamb now just keeps the ball in motion. A few more metres. Ball back into dispute here. Trying to barge her way through a Dwogo. High kick from Nyhus. Now it's not a kind one for Phillips. Splan. All spills out of the contest. Oh, that's a good tackle and rewarded. Free kick, Ella Splan. Stuck it as Nyhus tried to escape. Splan. All spoiled though by Crack. Got it across to Lancaster. High ball up towards the contest, off the hands of Bruce. Sweeping behind the contest was Phillips. Bruce cracks in once more. Bumford has the ball spill away, but free kick had been blown in favour of Molly Mitchell. Molly Mitchell slaps it on the boot, looking for Dalco. Getting a hand up there was Splan. Both paid the mark though to Dalco. Dalco plays on while the defender was looking at the umpire, takes advantage. Kick almost found a marking target. Rose surely taken without the football there by Vernon. The umpire will pay the free kick. And an opportunity to cut the margin back to 17 points. So Rose, kick to goal. The end of quarter number 1. Can she kick a second? She can. So Rose has 2. The margin back to 17 points. This has been a much better quarter from the Tigers. And they needed that goal. Get some reward on the scoreboard. The ball had been living inside their forward 50. Their second goal of the term. Within 17. And we'll be ruining that one they gifted to Maddie Lamb, the 50-metre penalty earlier in the quarter. So yeah, I don't think Vernon aware that Rose didn't have a hold of the football. She drove through the tackle there. Pretty easy decision for the umpire. Rose presenting a handy target inside forward 50s. They're back to the middle now. All to be won, storming away with a King, and they'll go forward immediately again. Rose once again the target. Well, picked up speed off the bounce and out of play, but chance to set up deep inside forward 50 again. Final 3.5 minutes of the half. If they could get another one here, they'd see themselves to be right back in the contest. Smith won it down and got the clearance. The kick though is taken by Sakina, just tracked it well, took the mark, probably too far out to score, so just stops to square it up. Almost reeled in by Dalco. She's surrounded by Demon shirts, and that's a harsh decision for mine. So there's a lot of pride. I was trying to get rid of it, the ball came out, but rewarded in the end, and that one eludes Barnes. That's really harsh there. As soon as she had the football, Sophie Ferguson was all over her. Made an effort to get rid of it for mine, but anyway, we toss back in. Just volleyed out of mid-air. Tracking this one is Ferguson, takes it across the line. 17 points to margin. Final couple of minutes here in the first half. Tigers would dearly love another one before the siren. They played this quarter, probably been deserving of it. Handball away from Splann. King offs it forward. Rose's kick too. Can she set one up here? It was swift hands. That's a goal-saving tackle right there. Paige England did really well. She doesn't stick that, they do get a goal. Well done by England. So Vernon stabs a short one, and under some pressure, Ella Splann takes the mark. Wind increasingly becoming a factor in this contest. Clark did ever so well to escape Lancaster and then follow up and get another kick. Cleared it down the line, but cleared it straight to Sakina. Sakina towards the half-forward line, bounced into the path of Eggers. A little untidy there. Lamb might have been held. Indeed she was. Free kick the way of the Demons. So Lamb sets it up the wing. Coming from behind, White stole the football away. Forceful stuff there, and Lamb gets another kick. Wall looks it towards Sakina. Umpire, free kick going the way of the Tigers. They've got to move it quickly. This has to be launched. It has to be launched quickly. It is. The mark taken, probably too far out to score though. Bumford needs to move this one quickly as well. Can she find Rose? Rose just lost a hold of the football. Vernon applying the pressure. Rose again. They had just run out of time. The Demons' defence holds up under pressure late in the first half and preserves a 16-point buffer to take into the half-time break. A much better quarter from the Tigers. It's definitely the scoring end of the ground. This early goal to Lamb saw them extend the lead. From that point on, it was all Kingborough. They kicked 2 goals for the term, cut the margin back to 16. But it's still the Demons firmly in the ascendancy. They'll look to make good use of the wind and try and kick themselves into an unassailable position in quarter number 3. We'll be back with that quarter for you shortly. Gift drives it through and restores the 31-point buffer. So a disastrous start to the quarter for the home side there. Sends it up the wing. Well taken by Sakina. High ball, Bruce from behind. Paddled straight into the path of Eggers. Eggers with a kick around the corner. Lurking out the back is Bailey, goes off the ground. And Georgie Bailey gets the Tigers' second edge. Kick almost found a marking target. Rose surely taken without the football there by Vernon. The umpire will pay the free kick. And an opportunity. So Rose kicked a goal The end of quarter number one. Can she kick a second? She can. So Rose has two. The margin back with won it down and got the clearance. The kick though is taken by Sakina. Just tracked it well. Took the mark. King offs it forward. Rose has kicked two. Can she set one up here? It was swift hands. That's a goal-saving tackle right there. Pagey. This has to be launched. It has to be launched quickly. It is. The mark taken. Probably too far to score though. Bumford needs to move this one quickly as well. Can she find... So welcome back for the second half of this SFLW contest between Kingborough Tigers and North Hobart. And the rain has come rollicking through the Twin Ovals in the halftime break. It has been pouring down. Conditions fairly inclement as we begin this second half. It's going to make scoring difficult, one would imagine, in the second half. And North Hobart's 16-point lead perhaps all the more valuable. It'll be even tougher to come by goals in this second half. As we're underway, the wind was certainly favouring it. At the end, the Demons are attacking this quarter in the first half. 6 of the 8 goals kicked to that end. Much of the game played in that forward 50 arc. That one slips through the hands of Eggers. High ball. King beats Lamb to it and then works it around the corner. Tracking this one, Michael. Bruce. Went out to Ferguson. Over the head of Thomas. Dalco was there. Now Lancaster just fired off a handball in time. Clark stripping her opponent of the football, not rewarded. And spills out, just overrunning it was Bruce. Paddled back into a dangerous area where there were 3 Tigers lurking. It's somehow able to come away with it, the Demons, and Smith will take the mark unopposed at half back. Had nothing forward of the ball she liked, so heads wide. That is broken up. Doing well to get the handball away there was Michael. And now Perry King drives it towards Rose. She's already kicked 2. And whilst the rain has come down, perhaps the wind has just tempered a little bit. Kicks seem to be travelling a little further in this direction. Early doors here in quarter number 3, and Josie Rose has already kicked 2. Could she kick a third and bring them back within 10 points? She can't. Skews it across the face. The call there, lock it in. Scenario both teams did pretty well in the first half, although albeit largely at the opposite end of the ground. But Rose providing a lively target inside forward 50 thus far this afternoon. Searching kick, turned straight over to Sakina. Her kick charged down by Bruce, and Bruce, oh, really clever that. Just knew she couldn't bend down and pick it up without getting tackled, so just cleverly flicked it up, and now Maddie Lamb's away. O'Donoghue presenting up, pitched awkwardly in front of her, paddles it between the legs there of Wall, who's then caught in a Lamb tackle. Umpire will claim it. Clearing kick at the back of the contest. Phillips kept it in play, but numbers there in the form of Molly Mitchell, who get the free kick. Contact below the knees, and Mitchell now drives her side towards half forward. There's Rose again, presenting up at the football nicely. Sets it up into the heart of the forward 50. That's a good mark too. This one plucked by Amber Bumford. So the Tigers started quarter number 3 well. The wind does appear to have died down whilst the rain has picked up. Some nice inside 50s early on here. Can Bumford make the journey? It's right to the line off hands. Rose has some support in the form of Lockley. Handball instead to Bumford. Bumford just touched on the line by Meg Phillips. Got a fingertip to it. It's a behind only. A crucial intervention on the line here from Phillips. Played goalkeeper. Everyone else was sucked into the ball really well. Just able to prevent it. Unable to cut the margin to 9 points. Frustrating one there for the Tigers. A couple of early opportunities in this quarter. They've started well. Going to get another opportunity though, because for the second time this quarter, Sakina intercepts at half forward. Rose! They've got no answer for it at the moment. Josephine Rose. Dominant forward on the ground since quarter time. I suppose since the final minute of the first quarter, really. Kicked that goal right on the siren. for goal number 3. It's there. Josie Rose cuts the margin to 8 points. They've started this third term on fire, the Tigers, and they get some reward on the scoreboard. Rose has 3.
Another opportunity though.
8-point ball game. This quarter, Sakina intercepts it hard forward. Rose stormed away. Well, he didn't excess the 5 goals. The Tigers have come roaring back into this one. Smith up against Bailey in the ruck now. Lancaster strips the football, got it down to Eggers, who fired it off to Michael. She was slung off her kick but kept it going forward to King. Perhaps a chance for Dalco now. It's a good tackle from Rose. He locks it in there and red hot Phillips ping for holding the ball. Perhaps the umpire suggesting no attempt to get rid of it. There was certainly no prior opportunity. Rose wins the free kick. Could she kick a 4th? With a kick like that, she might find a marking target though, almost. Bumford. Not quite. Perhaps by suggesting Phillips making no attempt. That was red hot, that one. Rose doing it all. What a star she's been here so far this afternoon. Well, able to tackle, as the umpire see that, it's going to be a free kick going the way of the Demons. They'll leave a little bit of pressure here. Well, Mitchell just holding on to that tackle a fraction too long in the umpire's estimation. They're having a real trouble getting the ball out of defence at the moment. A free kick is blown here. That will aid them in that endeavour this time. Free kick going the way of Clark. They've really struggled to rebound off half back in quarter number 3. Tigers pressing up the ground and doing a good job. Applying the pressure. Clark, she's kicked it straight to the player on the mark. Some good work from Baldwin. Follows up, but numbers there for the Demons. They clear it out the back to White. White hits it moving. Maddie Lamb had peeled off cleverly into space and she dashes off towards forward 50. Sets it up there and lets her forwards get to work. Numbers favour the Tigers, running away with it. McKee ran wide, too wide, kicked it out of bounds on the full. And Lamb can drive the Demons in forward once more. Goes looking for the likely target of Whites. Had 2 to beat. It was brought to ground. The handball out there to Eggers. She clears the area. Kick around the corner. Michael lost her footing. And that is going to be holding the footy. No. Held on too long in the tackle. Moffat, I think, looked around expectantly upon hearing the whistle. Nothing doing. Free kick went the way of Baldwin. She clears the area. Clark gets up and blocks it off. Bumford. Sakina was in there too. Still fighting away Sakina. Just trying to hold off the pressure of Barnes from behind. On down by Smith to Lamb. Sakina wraps her up. Ball spills loose. Bumford buffeted off the ball and Devine rolls Lamb in the tackle. Lamb again. Half a kick away. As far as Sakina scooped it back inside. Devine trying to extract it as Clark, but she's going nowhere. Thomas in Devine following up at ground level, applying the pressure. Wet weather football now after a heavy downpour at half time. Michael. Baldwin under pressure, was able to get to boot to ball. Follows up again, Baldwin, cleverly handballed over the top. Lamb tries to spin in the tackle, did well, got it to Barnes. Barnes now sets one up for White. Miffs it there as well. She leaves it for White. White ducks under the tackle of Adwogo, and it slipped a little high in the process. Free kick to Grace White. Mifsud presenting short. Looks like she's going to take the shot on herself. It's working back. Didn't have the journey. Off hands through from behind. 9 points the lead. Midway mark of this third quarter. Tigers within 9 points. Trailed by 5 goals at one point. A kick through the hands of Perry King. Towed towards Dalco. Support came from Dalco of the Lucy variety there for Matilda. Eventually it's across the line, off hands, the call, it'll be tossed in. I'm down by McGuinness. Lamb all on a lonesome, but it was quickly charged down. King just slaps it on the boot. Michael spit one she maybe should have had, followed up at ground level, sharked by Clark. Clark wheels around onto her left and guides it into the Smith direction. Couldn't quite bring it down. O'Donoghue to Lamb. Lamb just gets a kick away in time under pressure. Now it's going to be Sakina just towing it off the ground, up into the middle of the park. Clean hands from Lucy Dalco. The kick not so clean though. She's going to have to chase it herself. Barnes stride for stride with her. Dalco gets to the football. Now works back inside. Gets a kick up towards the half-forward line. 2 to beat there for Nyhus. Bumford working hard, does well. Busts through a couple of tackles. Bumford spears one to Bailey. Bailey slaps it on the boot and misses. Could have cut the margin to 3. Some wonderful work there from Amber Bumford. Beat 2. Just unable to finish it off in the end. They're knocking on the door, the Tigers. They've just wasted a couple of opportunities this quarter. Could even be closer. Kick it through the hands of Bingham. Stolen by Sakina. Drives it in. And it's going to be marked again. Bailey reels it in, and she can cut the margin to 2 points if she kicks truly. And she does just that. The Tigers have roared back into this contest. It's a 2-point ball game. They've kicked the last 4 and 5 of the last 6. And North Hobart, who are having it all their own way early on, I know they're in a game now. They're going to have to click back into gear quickly, because it's the Tigers on top in the third term. Just 2 points the lead. Much more the type of game we're anticipating heading into this one. North Hobart had jumped them. A great fight back. 38-7 at one stage. Full goal, 6-1 behind since that moment. Barnes stripped of the footy. Let's play developed and then calls for it. Now by Devine. Done a lot better out of the centre clearances around the trenches since that first quarter. Clark was just dominating inside in that first term. Certainly a win factor at play, which seems to have died down a tad as Eggers fires this handball out. Trying to step through some heavy traffic was Clark, but stepped into trouble. Arm wrestle at the moment. Nicely rucked down to Maddie Lamb. Lamb, Adwogo took front position in front of White. and follows up. Umpire's whistle is gone. There's going to be a hold and it'll be brought back. Free kicked away over Dwogo. She spreads it wide. It's taken by Waller, who darts inside. That was an ill-advised kick. Some heavy traffic. It snuck out the back, though. Found its way to Dalco. And Dalco found Molly Mitchell, who plays on immediately because she spotted a teammate in space in Perry King. King drives it to the square. It just eludes the outstretched arms of Bailey. It's through for another behind. It's 1 point the difference. So this Tigers charge continues. Looking to turn the tables from their round 1 meeting. It was a 3-goal victory for the Demons that day as Bruce charges out of defence, slams it on the boot in the McGuinness direction. Clark with some good follow-up work, wins the footy. Sends a high up and under kick. Killed around the corner. Some nice work here, following on with Smith. She sends it inside forward 50 and it just angles and rolls towards the goals and then pitches right on the forward pocket. It will be thrown in. It's an almost perfect kick for field position. Some confusion over who is going to nominate in the ruck here. And in the end, that confusion has led to a free kick to Stephanie Smith. Well, I think 2 of them nominated. I think Dwogo had initially nominated. The teammate said she'd go late, but it was too late. So Stephanie Smith slams it through and kicks the steadying goal for the Demons. They needed that one. They kick back out to a 7-point lead. And both of the Demons' goals in this the second and third quarters been just from mental mistakes, really. Free kicks, a 50-metre penalty in the last quarter and a free kick close to goal there. Just a couple of sloppy errors. Sees them out to a 7-point advantage. The Tigers will rue that mistake. Costly area of the ground to make it in. Back to the middle. Devine won that one down clean. Just treading water a little and running too far. She just deferred too long there with Chantel Eggers. Didn't quite make up her mind what she wanted to do, and the Demons now driving forward towards the paint of 50. Going nowhere is Mifsud. Final 2.5 minutes of the third quarter. Devine won it down. Towed off the deck. King and Lamb battle away at ground level. Locked in there by Sakina. One down by McGuinness. Prize whistle blown for a hold. And Maddie Lamb was the one doing the holding by the looks of. So free kick to Sakina. Wheels off half back. Sets it up. Just got boot to ball. Bingham. Brought down by Eggers. Just got a kick away. Phillips back inside. Tumbling kick in the Lamb direction. Sits up nicely for her. Lamb has Smiths it over the top. Heads that way. Steadies onto the left. Drives it looking for White. Has some support with Smith down there as well. Dalco will do really well just to lock that in. Fantastic work from Matilda Dalco. It was a 2-on-1. She couldn't let the ball get out the back and had to defend the marking contest. Did so well. Smith slaps at it. King takes the ball, but she's immediately wrapped up. Final minute, the third term. Tigers will want to hold on here. Demons would dearly love another one just for an extra bit of security to head into the final break. Barnes got it to Smith. Smith for a second in a row. So the Demons respond with a pair of goals to Stephanie Smith. And they'll take a likely 13-point lead into the final quarter. Still a little bit of wind, not as much as there was in the first half, but the Tigers will fancy themselves to come home strong in the last term, so a vital final few minutes this. The goal kicked by Smith. Needed that one. Steadying pair of goals really for Smith. Ruck stepping up and making her impact forward to the ball. Siren imminent here, and there it is. So three-quarter time, North Hobart with 2 late ones to take a 13-point lead into the final term. It was a term that up until those final few minutes had largely been dominated by the Kingborough Tigers. They'd worked their way back within a point. They've still got some work to do in the final term. Should be kicking to the more favourable end though. We'll see if that's enough. It's all still to play for. 13 points to the margin at three-quarter time. The line off hands. Rose has some support in the form of Lockley. Handball instead to Bumford. Bumford just touched on the line by Meg. No opportunity though, just for the second time this quarter. Sakina intercepts at half forward. Rose! We've got no answer for her at the moment. For goal number 3. It's there. Josie Rose cuts the margin to 8 points. They've started this third term on fire, the Tigers, and they get some reward. A chance for Dalco now. It's a good tackle from Rose. He locks it in there, and red hot Phillips Ping for holding the ball. Perhaps the umpire suggesting no. Kick around the corner. Michael still footing. That is going to be holding the footy. No. Held on too long in the tackle. Moffat, I think it was Bumford working hard, does well. Busts through a couple of tackles. Bumford spears one to Bailey. Bailey slaps it on the boot and misses. Could have cut the margin to 3 through the hands of Bingham. Stolen by Sakina, drives it in, and it's going to be marked again. Bailey, as if she kicks truly. And she does just that. The Tigers have roared back into this contest. It's a 2-point ball game. Waller darts inside. That was an ill-advised kick. Some heavy traffic. It snuck out the back though. Found its way to Dalco. And Dalco found Molly Mitchell, who plays on immediately because she spotted a teammate in space in Perry King. King drives it to the square. It just eludes the outstretched arms of Bailey. It's through for another behind. It's 1 point the difference. Teammate said she'd go late, but it was too late. So Stephanie Smith slams it through and kicks the steadying goal for the Demons. They needed that one. They kick one just for an extra bit of security to head into the final break. Barnes got it to Smith. Smith for a second in a row. So the Demons respond with a pair of goals to Stephanie Smith. And they'll take a So back for the final quarter at the Twin Ovals. A 13-point lead the way of the Demons. And that was thanks largely to 2 goals to Stephanie Smith in the dying embers of that third term after Kingborough had come charging right back at the Demons. It was 38-7 at one stage, and then they got back within a point. A couple of late steadiers gives the Demons a nice little buffer to head into the last term, but the Tigers close enough if they're good enough. In the last couple of quarters, they have certainly been good enough. Can they come home with a wet sail here in the final term? Clark's been fantastic, but toes this one wrong direction. Clark does well to scrap away at ground level. Followed up with a good defensive smother. King still got a kick away. Ball just keeps rolling forward, paddled on by Devine. Rose now has a hold of Lamb. Slid in, held her up nicely. One down by Devine. King gets her kick away. It's floating, going just offline. Just drifted too far. What a start to the quarter that would have been for Perry King and the Tigers. The margin an even 12 points. Big mark there at half back by Grace White. She's been outstanding. Had 2 to beat there and did so. Tried to flick that over the top, but Baldwin broke it up. Some good body work from Bingham. Support came from Michael. Hoisted high towards half forward. Lamb spilled the chest mark. King, Lamb, they scrap for it at ground level. Neither can win it away. Smith paddled it down to Lamb. Clear and kick in the direction of O'Donoghue. Sakina for company. Some good body work from Sakina. Handballed into space. They'll have to go again. Trying to burst through was Bumford. Her and Sakina both going for the same ball, and the end crashed into each other, and that just allowed Barnes to take it away. Her kick up there towards Monks. Stays in play. Killed around the corner. Mark spilled by Smith. Has to follow up at ground level. 3 to beat now. And they'll lock it in. King just got a little toe on it. O'Donoghue was outnumbered. King forcing it forward. Rose, she's been the dominant forward on the ground in the second half. She marks plays on immediately. Drives it in the Bailey direction. Oh, great spoil by Vernon. Saving the day there. Georgina Vernon wins a crucial one-on-one. Drives it in the Bailey direction. Oh, great timely spoil by Vernon. He tossed back into play. Deep in attack. Tigers looking for an early strike to bring it back within a solitary goal. Bruce took front position, won it down to Clark. Clark shifts it to Lamb. Lamb was shut down by Bumford. Bumford following up at ground level. A slippery football though, couldn't handle it. Or through the hands there of Lancaster. She'll go back in. Might have got a high tackle there. Did play on, wheels off, or grubber of a kick might work out all right for Molly Mitchell. Mitchell just goes off the deck, works at goalwood. Oh, and trying to rush the behind, but found the behind post, so it's going to be tossed into play. Didn't quite find the safety of the line. There's a slippery pill out there at the moment. Vernon, who stood up so well moments ago, just couldn't quite get the direction on that fumbled attempt. Back into play. Snapshot from Bailey. Drifts out of bounds on the full. Well, I think a free kick had already been blown. Either way, no change to the score. So Bruce. Carried out a full back. Oh, just spilt the mark. That might invite some danger. Handball low, straight to O'Donoghue. O'Donoghue's clear and kick out the back. They're set up well behind the football here, the Tigers. Chance to gather and take it away for Crack. Drew some pressure though. Bustling in there was Thomas. Clark again on the bottom of a pack. Got it to Lamb. She was stripped of it by Sakina. O'Donoghue. Slipping there was Bingham, and that allowed Lancaster to climb on top. And the unfortunate slips, these are holding the ball decision go against it. Lancaster wastes no time once again. Not much purchase on the kick, but got dumped after she got kicked it, so that'll be downfield. And a free kick on the paint of 50 coming up for the Tigers. Too far out to score. We'll try and find a marking target. Wasn't a well-directed kick. Almost managing to keep it in Bumford, not quite. They are tightening the screws here at the moment. Locking the ball inside the forward 50, the Tigers. Trying to pull off the last quarter comeback. This has been the scoring end this afternoon. Been much easier to kick this way. They get some reward for this early dominance. Sliding in Bumford. Might have a problem. No, it'll be tossed up. Bumford will do the rucky on this occasion against Smith. Swiped it, but straight to the opposition. Dalkio's kick is offline. It was Bumford, rather. Behind only 11 points. 5 goals, 10 the Tigers. It's been the one area that has let them down a tad. Their goal kicking. That was certainly far from a regulation chance, though, from Bumford on the run in the wet like that. The kick almost found its way through to White. Adwogo was there. Eggers. On its way through to Mitchell. Mitchell works it deeper inside the forward 50, but the situation well defended by Phillips. Phillips kicks to a 2-on-1. Good tackle from Barnes. Stopped Taylor Crack going anywhere. Paddle down to Bingham. Devine and Smith. Smith won it down. Almost sharked by Michael. Crack went in and won it. Got it to Eggers into the middle of the ground. Fumbling it was Sakina. Almost let in O'Donoghue. Recovered the situation pretty well. Then just hacked it off the deck. Oh, clean hands from Perry King. She drives the Tigers forward. Caught behind was Bailey. Defending the situation initially well was Vernon. Then lost a hold of it. Lamb just cleaned up Bailey without the football. That'll be a free kick. Probably too far out to score in these conditions. So she'll just set it up to the goal square. Rose is lurking through her hands. Bruce at the back just toes it off the deck. Into open space. Some good foot speed from Lockley to get there first. Then got shoved off it. Eggers worked off the football by Thomas. No one really wants to take the football because they know the moment you do, you're going to get climbed upon. And that was the case for Thomas. Ball up. They're pressing here at Kingborough. Smith takes front position. Palmed it down. Taken away by Bingham. Her kick just fumbled by Clark. Was able to regather, and now a chance for Mifsud. Mifsud surrounded by Tigers. Had to get it moving quickly, and she did. Monks first to the ball. Bumped into by Sakina illegally. So says the umpire. Free kick to Monks. Monks then kicked it straight into Sakina. Oh, and she's going to be pinged 50. That's so unlucky. Oh, those ones are frustrating when the player has clearly played on and you've got to stand on the mark until the whistle goes. Sakina didn't. She smothered it. There's no doubt that Monks has played on there. But unfortunately for Sakina, the whistle hadn't gone. Therefore, she's got to stay. And it's 50 metres. It's almost certainly going to result in a goal. It's a cruel, cruel blow for the Tigers, but the Demons, they don't mind. Grace White extends the lead. Monks extends the lead. It is a relieving goal. And 17 points. They held up under siege. You can see there, Sakina, just a tough one. You're fighting your natural instincts. on the line, but got to wait for the whistle. I mean, that is the rule. The umpire has applied it as it's written. Can't be faulting the umpire for that one. It was indeed correctly adjudicated. It's an unfortunate one. But stand rule's been in for long enough now. Can't afford to move. 17 points. Is that going to be enough of a buffer? They need 3 goals now in the final 10 minutes, the Tigers. They've got to be perfect from here. That's almost holding the ball. Just getting a piece of it was Bingham. Moffat left it behind. Clark's been so good and was clean again. Got it to Ferguson. She was tackled as she kicked. Barnes. She's stripped of the football. Monks, the goal kicker. Kick the steadier. A real gut punch for the Tigers, who dominated the opening 10 minutes. Couldn't get a goal to show for it. 1 attack, 1 goal for the Demons. It may well be enough for them. Goal's tough to come by here in these slippery conditions. Well, that's a really good tackle from Ebony McGuinness. Devine won it down, but straight to Lamb. Umpire's whistle blown. Devine will get the free kick, was dealt with after. So she'll take it and head corridor. Wider of the corridor. Now off the side of the boot it's at. Phillips will be first to it, but just trying to work her underneath the football is Bumford. Had some support in the form of O'Donoghue, but the ball slipped out the back. O'Donoghue got a crucial little hand on it to slap it to White. White back towards the paint of 50, a massive bodies. White was there, got that over the top. Oh, dropping the mark was Mifsud. Cracking in Waller. Umpire's whistle says a legging. Free kick will go the way of McKee. Lamb and Thomas lock it in. So just a good few steadying minutes here from the Demons. Responding. Look at White there. What a star she's been, unfortunately for her. Mifsud spilt the beans. One down by McGuinness to Lamb. Might have been taken without the football there, Maddie Lamb. Free kick her way. So Lamb looking to slam the door shut on the Tigers here. Sets it up inside forward 50, but Perry King gets back and takes the relieving mark. Umpire's whistle had blown. Free kick will go the way of the Tigers, though. Oh, it was a terrible kick, but through the hands of Monks. Still flirting with danger here, the Tigers. They might just escape. They do clear defensive 50. Up to a contest. Eggers has some support there in the form of Lockley. Just toes it off the ground and forward to Eggers. Eggers gains a few more metres. Bruce goes down, gathers it. Kick to the outside of the contest. Waiting it nicely was Moffat. Now Barnes worked it towards Bingham. Bingham's turned it over though. Lamb applying pressure from behind. Couldn't quite reach the kick in time. Juggling the mark there. Bailey couldn't quite reel it in. Was held afterwards. We'll get a free kick. They've got little time to waste, the Tigers. They need a goal here. They've got a 2-on-1 inside forward 50 and drifting into the space nicely and taking the mark is Bumford. Free kick. Well, that'll work out even better because it means Rose gets to take the shot, and she has been a finisher this afternoon. Can she cut the margin back to 11 here for her side, Josie Rose? She's kicked 3. She's kicked 4. It's an 11-point ball game. No. No, just wide. Don't deceive me. Behind only. And a real let-off there for the Demons. Might get another chance though. Bailey, no time to waste. She will waste none. Spears it and finds Perry King. Aware of the time constraints, will hustle back to a mark. Try and cut this one back to a 15-point ball game. Can she succeed where Rose failed? Perry King to cut the margin back to 10. She can. She nails it. 47 plays 57. 10 points the margin. They've got 5.5 minutes left to go. Not a lot of time, but they've been pretty dominant this quarter. If they can get a clean centre break here, could set up the grandstand finish. So the seconds running off the clock here. This has got to be frustrating for the Tigers. Still, we wait for the ball to come back to the middle. It's a few times. This is 3 times today at that end this has happened. I'm not sure what the go is. And proving very costly at this late stage for the Kingborough Tigers. Well, has run some serious seconds off the clock. Nearly a minute since they scored the goal before the restart. Costly potentially. McGuinness stands up in the tackle. Hobart have possibly done enough to win this one. It was a brilliant first quarter that set up this lead that they've actually sat on for most of the game. Smith with a pair of late goals in the third. Outside of that, 10 points to the margin, a bit over 4 minutes remaining. And the Demons will be more than happy just for repeat stoppages here. Clark and Lamb, they've been outstanding, that duo. They work it between themselves there, and now they'll head wide, but the kick might invite the turnover. Lockley was there. So too Dalco. She's tackled by Ferguson. Dalco got it to Eggers. Eggers pressured off it, went back, wanted it again to King. King gets some purchase on the kick forward, but parked behind the football was the imperious Grace Whites. And they've got numbers here, they've got time to think their way through it. Phillips eventually lofts it forward. Tracking this one is Baldwin. Baldwin has time to steady and then look to drive it forward in the Molly Mitchell direction, but there was White again. She's done some great work in the air today as White. Just opting to press it on the deck there was Barnes rather than risk a bounce. That was well thought out. Locked in by Crack, but it's at the right end of the field as far as the Demons are concerned. Time becoming an enemy of the Tigers now. 10 points to the margin, 3 to play. McGuinness won it down to Lamb. Lamb skips free, drives it over the top. Can she drive the dagger in here? Mifsud tracking it. It just got to the line first. 11-point ball game and no time to waste for the Tigers here. And fancy going the corridor might be the play. Instead, they're going to head wide. Oh, fumble the mark. Let in Thomas. Thomas snaps. Finds Mifsud in the square, and there's your ball game. Emily Mifsud seals the deal. North Hobart will be victorious. The Tigers have put up a good fight, but the Demons are going to take the 4 points here today. Looks like it'll be by a similar margin as it was in round one. A costly turnover there. Mifsud out the back. Well, she could hardly miss from there. Second goal of the day from point blank range for North Hobart. The double fist pump. She knows they're home now. 64-47 the lead. Largely set up by a 5-goal-to-1 first quarter. Really made good use of that wind. Tigers fought their way back into the contest, but they've just had that extra bit of class and that extra bit of composure inside forward 50 today, have the Demons. Through the legs of Moffat. Oh, gets clattered into by Mitchell, still fighting hard. Grace White's been an absolute star. Sends this one forward. Baldwin just slaps it on the boot, looking for territory through the arms of Phillips. Ends down, gathers, flicked a lightning fast handball to Vernon. That was slick. Vernon's kick, not quite so, but it's all going to be material at this point. Great hands there from Meg Phillips. There's not enough time for the Tigers now. They've done enough, the Demons. This one will be driven up towards Bailey. Lamb wins the free kick. Body on the line again from Lamb. She knows only one way. What a tough footballer she is. That kick not quite so good. Michael will look to drive this one forwards once again. White gets a couple of mitts in the way, then fires a handball out to Lamb. Lamb, to Moffat who's caught with it. That's holding the ball. Won by Lockley. Chance perhaps for one late score. The Tigers. Looks like it's going to be repelled, at least initially. Bailey battles away. Lamb, another disposal. Gee, she's had a lot of it. Crack. Heads wide, but there is the final siren. The North Hobart Demons claim a 17-point victory. As it was in round one, it was 69-51 that day. A similarly tight contest today, 64-47. The Tigers worked their way back into the contest after they were jumped, but after they trailed at one stage 38-7, they simply left themselves too much to do. A couple of steadies late in the third term after the Tigers had worked their way back within a point. Grace White was outstanding. It was Stephanie Smith who kicked those 2 goals late in the third term. I thought Lamb was great. Angie Clark was an absolute handful for the Demons. For Kingborough, Dalco, I thought was good. Bumford did some really nice things. King was combative in midfield. Josie Rose was a star inside the forward line, but in pretty tough conditions, they just left a little too much to do in the final term, unable to reel it in. And a couple of steadying goals late on. Sees North Hobart walk away with the 4 points. That'll do it for me, Andrew Cooling, on the live stream. Been a pleasure bringing this one to you. Until next time, it's bye for now. Lancaster to climb on top. Full decision to go against it. Lancaster wastes no time once again. Not much purchase on the kick, but got dumped after she got kicked it, so that'll be downfield. Then just hacked it off the deck. Oh, clean hands from Perry King. She drives the Tigers forward. Caught behind was Bailey. Defending the situation initially well was Vernon. Then lost a hold of it. Lamb just cleaned up Bailey without the football. That'll be a free kick. Probably too far out to score. Tigers had to get it moving quickly, and she did. Monks first to the ball. Bumped into by Sakina illegally. So says the umpire. Monks then kicked it straight into Sakina. Oh, and she's going to be pinged 50. That's so unlucky. Oh, those ones are got to stay. And it's 50 metres. It's almost certainly going to result in a goal. It's a cruel blow for the Tigers, but the Demons, they don't mind. Grace White extends the lead. White back towards the paint of 50. A massive bodies. White was there, got that over the top. Oh, dropping the mark was Mifsud. Cracking in Waller. Umpire's whistle says a legging free kick. Oh, it was a terrible kick, but through the hands of Monks. Still flirting with danger here, the Tigers. They've got little time to waste, the Tigers. They need a goal here. They've got a 2-on-1 inside forward 50 and drifting into the space nicely and taking the mark is Bumford. Free kick. Well, that'll work. Might get another chance though. Bailey, no time to waste. She will waste none. Spears it and finds Perry King. Perry King to cut the margin back to 10. She can. She nails it. 47 plays 57. Lamb skips free, drives it over the top. Can she drive the dagger in here? Mifsud tracking it. It just got to the line first. 11 play instead. They're going to head wide. Oh, fumble the mark. Let in Thomas. Thomas snaps. Finds Mifsud in the square, and there's your ball game. Emily Mifsud seals the deal. Comes down, gathers, flicked a lightning fast handball to Vernon. That was slick. Vernon's kick, not quite so, but it's all going to be